If Lance Armstrong had remained retired after his seventh straight Tour de France title in 2005, he may never have suffered his precipitous fall into pariah status. There were all sorts of rumors and accusations floating around, but his secret was still safe with his friends until he tried to come back in 2009 and got caught. After that, it was all over. No matter how hard he fought, the evidence mounted until his world sank into a sewage pit of shame. Drive, determination, and drugs got him to the top, but hubris brought him crashing to the ground. He's not the first, and certainly won't be the last. Morning Minutes of the Bible, An American Missionary, is currently working through the divided kingdom period of Israel and Judah in a continued chronological march through the Bible. For about 200 years, the covenant people of God were divided into two nations, and studying them requires a lot of jumping back and forth. For several weeks now, we've been focused on the northern kingdom of Israel, which is about to be taken away into captivity. But before we study that, we need to jump back a few years to catch up with the southern kingdom of Judah. During the mid-700s BC, things were looking great in Judah. King Uzziah was leading the nation in a resurgence of political and military pride and power. 2 Chronicles 26, verses 4 through 15. Having seen his father murdered because of disobedience to God, it would have been reasonable to expect him to remain faithful his whole life. But, like Lance, somewhere along the way his drive and determination became hubris that led to his downfall. Unlike Lance, his downfall was not the cumulative result of decades of doping and lying about it, but of a single event that was so bad it resulted in direct action by God. However, it must have begun in his heart at some point earlier, because all sin begins in the heart. James 1, verses 14 and 15. The text doesn't say when it started or why he chose this particular action, but it doesn't hide what happened. But when he became strong, his heart was so proud that he acted corruptly, and he was unfaithful to the Lord his God, for he entered the temple of the Lord to burn incense on the altar of incense. 2 Chronicles 26, verse 16. The high priest, along with 80 more priests, surrounded him to try and stop him from doing what was forbidden by God's law. But his rage roared out of control until God struck him with leprosy. 2 Chronicles 26, verses 17 through 20. His hubris brought him crashing to the ground into a sewage pit of shame. Of course, none of us would dare to approach God our own way instead of his. You know that's not true. This nation is filled with churches and people supposedly serving God in total rejection of his instructions and limitations. If we approach God on our own terms instead of his, like Uzziah and Lance, our hubris will bring us down. Isn't it better just to listen to God and do what he says? Thank you for watching Morning Minutes in the Bible and An American Missionary. Until next time, this is James McClenny hoping you have a great day.